think I'm just going to say Thursday. Um, it is going to be an interesting day and night. I hope you're doing everything to get ready. It looks like it could get pretty nasty, and by pretty nasty, like really nasty. Of course, everything could change between now and when it goes over us, but just take care of yourself. If you need anything, if anything happens, um, call the church, leave a message, and we will get it. But we will be thinking and praying for all of us as we go through the day. I have a thought that's I'll try to form in the form of a question. This is like Jeopardy. What is? Um, I think I have the answer to all of the problems in the world. And I know if you're a church person, you're going to say, well, of course, Jesus. I absolutely agree. If you can figure out how to get everyone to follow the real Jesus and not their understanding or formation of Jesus, um, let's start a church together. What do you think it is? Like, what do you think it is, that thing that we're missing that's causing what we feel and what we see in society? I think the answer is right in front of us. It's the central theme and focus of Scripture. It's what everything builds off of. It's not necessarily a truth that is taught, because I think if it was a truth that was taught, we would just kind of force people to adopt it. Like, here, believe this and everything will be okay. And I'm just not sure that's possible or it accomplishes anything that we want. And the more that you dig into Scripture, you realize that underneath all of these things that we put into place to help us practice our faith, put our beliefs into our regular life, there's something that lies underneath that we take for granted, we don't always practice. And I think this is where we see the division all around us. And that underlying truth is, have you guessed yet? I've really been leading you on. The underlying truth is, this is like a version of House Hunters. So which house are you going to pick? And then we cut to commercial. I think that underlying truth is incarnation. Incarnation is our belief that Jesus emptied himself of himself, everything that he could claim as rights and privileges, and he became a baby, and he lived among us. To not just show us his love and who his Father was, but to actually live among us and be one of us, and teach and instruct in the midst of. And for some reason, we've developed this antiseptic, from a distance way of fixing the world or fixing people. And I think that's what makes social media even more destructive than what a lot of people say it is. And that is, it doesn't involve interacting with people. You don't have to see a person's face when you dunk on them online. You don't have to be with them and watch their body react when you say something to them. You can do it real cold and real distant, and it makes you feel powerful and mighty and right. And incarnation is a way of letting go of your rights and privileges and entering into another person's world and saying, what is it like to be this? What is it like to be a person of color? What is it like to be poor? What is it like to be on the underside of injustice? And it's real easy to stand on the outside and throw in answers and things that you want to do. But when you actually enter into another person's world, it changes your perspective. It's what makes the gospel and the story of Jesus so powerful. It's the same truths that have been taught all through the Old Testament, except Jesus embodied them and then went into our world. And the way that we need to be in order to begin to address all the problems of the world is stop standing from a distance and telling other people how to live and what they should do to fix their life. We need to enter into the world and find out what it's like to be them. That is going to be the underlying premise for this last Sunday in our 41 series. I'm not going to tell you what the title is, but this last one is living this kind of life where it's incarnational, where we don't do Jesus with others from a distance. That unless we have a human connection with another person, unless we see a person face to face, unless our bodies are next to each other, we're going to withhold judgment, and we're going to restrain our desire to fix people and tell people how wrong they are. So, join us this Sunday for the unknown, hidden title for our last 41, and find out how you put incarnation to work. There are things going on. Our student ministry is rocking. Our Promised Land ministry is rocking. Don't forget the women's retreat. There's a lot of stuff happening. So take care of yourself today. If you need anything, let us know. Hunker down tonight. And we will see you Sunday. So take care.